get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Now Mostert. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
That 180! I thrown 80! Cluster! Zero! Hey! Orbit! Hey, come on now!
Rivers now to throw on first down. Going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. John Ross with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go!
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Mayfield looks to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Mayfield with it once more. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Load it. Load it. 36. Hey, watch the line. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. Just the mic. Danny.
This is Mostert. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, exit.
A loss of a yard.
Hey.
At the 27-yard line.
36. Wait, 89.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Red Delta. Hey, here we go.
To throw, Rivers. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. 2nd half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Let's 57. Load it. Load it. Q. 57. Mike 57. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, load it. Load it. Mike 57. Bring it.
From the 16, Rivers. Complete to Jones. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down and 4, Rivers into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Ready? 190. 57 to Mike. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Wait. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Share.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Raheem Mostert, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. McLaughlin for the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
You ain't going nowhere.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one, we want two. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
55. Watch the out. Watch the out.
Mayfield to throw it. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Bird to return. Yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back.
I got you, boy.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the... And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
On 1st down, Swift. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, D.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Open man is Uzama. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jabal sheared, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Rivers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. John Ross with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run again with Bernard. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. A draw play. Bernard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Getting in there to break that one up, Rock Ya-Sin. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On second down, Mayfield again. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Mayfield now. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Mayfield on first down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the gun, Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On second down, Bernard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Again, here's Bernard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll make a small dent in that big deficit as it's down to 27. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Throwing, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing here, Rivers. Open man is Ross, complete.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Indianapolis, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the rough season continues as they've plunged to 1-13. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.